Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 5.
We've seen that where officers are sitting there taking reports, or they're sitting at a stoplight and they get ambushed. It's a real threat every single day. Doesn't mean it's going to happen in our community, maybe not, but it could happen.
After yesterday's incident involving an attempted bike theft that ended in shots fired and a suspect tasered in downtown Fargo, we wanted to know, are police lives on the line more than ever? Valley News Team's Rose Itzkovitz met with police across the FM area on why suspects are becoming more combative and less likely to comply when apprehended.
Well, we have a higher population in our community, so we have a higher call volume in all of our departments in our metro area.
Moorhead Police Captain Derek Swenson says we're not imagining it.
Now we're having more people question our authority.
In his experience, people are less likely to comply with police lately.
We're seeing pursuits a lot more than we used to see.
So why is that?
We're looking at a time where law enforcement has not necessarily have the community trust. In our community, I believe we still have that community trust.
Fargo police say a suspect trying to steal a bicycle Wednesday downtown pulled a gun before dropping it and running away. Police ultimately were able to tase the suspect and bring him into custody. Fargo PD's Jessica Schindeldecker says from an officer's standpoint, you never know who might be carrying a weapon.
Our officers, you just have to expect that everybody has a firearm or some sort of weapon that can be used against you, and be tactical in the way that you approach different calls for service and how you deal with people.
Michael Piercy lives right within Wednesday's crime scene. He says in today's climate, he can see why suspects are giving police more pushback.
They're carrying an attitude against the powers that be. I don't think it's protect and serve anymore. I think it's, you're guilty and you're arrested, and then you figure out, where the dice may fall when the dice may fall when it's all done.
Captain Swenson says the national light shown on police brutality reflects poorly on the rest of them.
There's going to be people that make the wrong decision. However, we need to recognize that and make sure that we have a department that understands and we provide them with the appropriate training.
And the Fargo PD says training is key for them as well.
That's why we have officer safety, and we train regularly every single month, whether it's firearms or defensive tactics.
Though shots were fired Wednesday, everyone made it out alive. In downtown Fargo, Rose Itzkovitz, Valley News Live.
Officials tell us to avoid getting hurt, don't run after the thief. Call police instead if someone runs off with your belongings. Also, try to get as much of a physical description as possible. That will help police find the person and your belongings. And with more of that unpredictability on the job comes more stress for emergency personnel, including mental health challenges for some police officers and firefighters. A new study shows in 2017 there were 103 firefighters and 140 police officers who committed suicide, compared to the 93 firefighters and 129 police officers who died in the line of duty.
The job itself is stressful because of the situations that we go to every single day. They're different from the next. A lot of times we are dealing with people at the hardest times, the most difficult times of their lives, and that's hard for us too as well.
We'll have more on this story on Valley News Live at 6 and what resources these personnel have in their departments to cope with the stresses of their job. Moorhead police want your help finding a man who is allegedly involved in a prescription medication theft. The person pictured here was at a Walgreens in Moorhead on September 17th. He may be driving a dark-colored new Jeep Renegade. Anyone with information on him is urged to call Moorhead Police. That phone number is 218-299-5122. The showers are sticking around today, and so are the clouds. Hutch, what about tonight?
Well, tonight, particularly from the Red River Valley into Minnesota, there's a decent chance of continued rain showers. As we take you in a little bit closer, these are focused from central Becker County up through Norman County and up into Kitson County near Hallock. Some heavier showers. Also another branch of showers off near Bemidji. Hour-by-hour forecast shows from the Red River Valley and points east, we'll continue to see scattered showers of rain throughout the evening. And temperatures, well, it's going to be cool but not cold. You're looking at a live Skycam view out to the south and west, and there's actually a break in the clouds for our far western counties. But here in Fargo-Moorhead, a chance of sprinkles and mid-40s. I'll have details on where we're going to see even more rain tomorrow, and we'll talk about that weekend outlook here in a few minutes.
All right, thanks, Hutch. Authorities say a baseboard heater and its components were the culprits in an apartment fire where damages are estimated to be about $7,500. The call came in around 10 this morning to the 1000 block of 42nd Street South on a report of a small fire. Crews found the source of the smoke and got that fire under control. Authorities tell us there was minor damage to one unit and the family will be temporarily displaced. Officials also say there are no injuries reported at this time. Police still need your help tracking down a runaway girl from Moorhead. 15-year-old Ariana Donovan is 5'2", 125 pounds with brown eyes and was last seen with dark brown hair. She was reported as a runaway on August 29th, and police believe she is in the FM area. You can call police if you have any information on her. Authorities are offering a $25,000 reward for information leading to the location of a Wisconsin girl who disappeared after her parents were gunned down in the family's home. 13-year-old Jamie Kloss has been missing since October 15th. Jamie's aunt used a news conference yesterday to tell Jamie that the family will never stop looking for her. Officials are alerting the public about a planned power outage in Hawley, Minnesota. The Minn Kota electric transmission line work will cause a scheduled citywide power outage. The city of Hawley will start a 6-hour planned outage at 11 tonight that lasts until 5 tomorrow morning. This outage is needed so that crews can finish installing a new tower east of town that will help increase the long-term reliability of power in the city. Today, Minnesota Senator Amy Klobuchar has been highlighting efforts to address a polio-like illness that's been identified in the state. Klobuchar was joined at children's hospitals and clinics of Minnesota in Minneapolis by medical experts and families of recently diagnosed children. She's urging the CDC to expedite its investigation and response. The disease is a rare but serious condition that causes patients' muscles to weaken, exhibiting symptoms that are similar to polio.
I think part of this is pushing for the data so we can understand who's getting it and why, but then also pushing them to figure out what's wrong. And the fact that it only hits in the last few cases here that we have and that we've seen around the nation, kids under 18, seems like such a puzzle.
Since mid-September, 7 children have been diagnosed with acute flaccid myelitis in Minnesota. And this program note, Valley News Live will be carrying tomorrow's debate between Senator Heidi Heitkamp and Representative Kevin Kramer. Coverage is from 7 to 8 p.m., and that's on KX4. There's some record-breaking reading going on at West Acres Mall in Fargo today. The NDSU chapter of Golden Key International Honor Society and West Acres are hosting Read for the Record today. It's a nationwide event to read the same book to as many children as possible at the same time on a designated day. The event is going on right now in the Buffalo Court at West Acres and runs until 7 o'clock tonight. Several guest readers were on hand to help with the books, including Valley News Team's Lisa Badeau.
Today we're doing Read for the Record. It's a worldwide event to try to break a world record by reading the same book to as many kids as possible on the same day. It's really exciting just to be able to promote literacy and to get kids excited about reading, because reading is the foundation of everything.
Read for the Record started in 2006 and works to promote literacy and education for all children. Fall season brings out pumpkin spice everything. There are lattes and candles, and now the pumpkin spice scent is being used in a car wash in South Fargo. The cashier at Custom Express Car Wash says it's a unique experience that customers are enjoying.
They like the way that it smells. They're excited to go in there and see it and check it out. Plus, the car wash is amazing, so you get a clean car and just the festivity of the season.
Custom Express says that it'll also have a Christmas scent for that holiday season, too. The Minnesota Twins have named a new manager to replace Paul Molitor, who was fired this offseason after 4 seasons in that role. Today, the Twins made 37-year-old Rocco Baldelli the youngest manager in Major League Baseball and the 14th manager in club history. This is the first time the Twins have hired a manager outside the organization since Ray Miller in 1985. Baldelli has spent the last 4 years as a coach for the Tampa Bay Rays, where he played for 6 of his 7 years in Major League Baseball